All right. And so finally, let's look at how we would view analytics in this platform. So these are two courses that I've made. The demo course, which I've been showing in my other videos, doesn't have any real content in it, so we can't really see analytics there. But let's look at this demonstration training course, another demo course, where we do have some content. So I click on this course. I have all of these different modules that I've built, and I can look at summary analytics to see, across the different modules who's done what individually, which learners have finished which modules. I can kick learners out of my courses if I would like to. But the most effective way to really look through these is to, or at least I think the most insightful way, is to look at the modules themselves. So I can go into this, for instance, Foundations of Anti-Money Laundering module, and I can see my 3 learning objectives here. And I can click, I've got summary analytics, and I can click individual analytics up here in the top left. And I have a lot of different data here. Scroll to the bottom. Again, we have our 3 learning objectives described down here at the bottom. And so here we have for each learner, that we can look through um, how well they did on that learning objective, LO1, 2, and 3, their sentiment. I can click on the transcript to pull it up over here on the side. And then if I want to make it larger, I can make this full screen and scroll through it and read it. And I can also look at a report on that person. How well did this person learn? What sort of content are we dealing with here? So if I want to, I can read through the transcripts. I can look at individual reports. I can look at the learning objectives. And for instance, one of the things I might note looking at just these learning objectives is that it seems like everyone's broadly on board with learning objective 2. Learning objective 3, not quite as close, but still similarly, lots of people on track. But learning objective 1, people are really struggling with. And I only have one learner who finished like the whole thing. Everyone else didn't finish. They didn't make it all the way through all of the learning objectives. So I might look at the learning objectives and try and analyze, well, why is that? But I could also just rely on this common issues section. Um, so I can get a key summary of the entirety of what occurred in this module. I can look at some common issues. So for instance, learners struggle to translate high level conceptual understanding of these things into precise application of the policy. Okay, that's useful for me to understand as an L&D professional, as a trainer. I can see what sort of questions the learners are asking. I can see some just broad highlights, what's going well. Consistent strength is the foundational purpose behind anti-money laundering and know your customer policies. Okay, everyone understands why we have these. Good, that's important. So I can use this data, and this is data that is just derived from all these natural language conversations that our learners have had, and I can use all of that data to determine what knowledge gaps exist. Again, this doesn't seem to be a knowledge gap. This is a skill gap. They understand the concept, but they struggle to apply it. Okay, so I need to focus on application of knowledge. I need to focus on skills. Though there is some friction with technical jargon, acronyms. Okay, so, maybe the technical jargon is not the strongest, but there's an open question. Is that important to me? Is it important to me that they know that? I don't know. So I'm able to use this data to determine if we need more trainings, if this training was a success, if we need follow-ups, and if there are follow-ups, what those should specifically target. So all of this data is available to you as an instructor across all of your learning modules. And so you're able to figure out what's working, what's not working, what needs to happen next, and to really be able to prove ROI on training. Yes, everyone learned this. I can demonstrate that everyone learned this, and I can use that to show where we're training next. And that you can then compare this data to different indicators like lagging indicators of which, performance is always a lagging indicator. You don't know if someone's performing well until a few months later when you can see the results of their performance. But you can compare this learning data into those against that performance data to determine, all right, so we can see that all the learners who figured out learning objective 1 across these 3 modules, or whatever it happens to be, we're able to show uh, we're able to turn that into high levels of performance. That gives me really good data about what I need to train on to drive results, so that we can have results oriented trainings, and have knowledge and skills data that are driving those results. So that's how our analytics platform works. Thanks a bunch.